What
Mhm.
strategies do you use to manage and coordinate QA teams across different time zones and geographies?
Mhm. Yeah, that's actually, see, when we talk about this thing, most of time what we need to do, we have to see, although we have like when we talk agile and scrum, there is some management method, we call it scrum. Okay, so we have communication day by day, as well as it depends how your team and what product you are working. So for example, I'm from India, my another team member is in Germany. Okay, so you can see there is time gap. Okay, now you
Yes.
see, yeah, and another team member, for example, he's in USA, that is another time gap. So when, for example, when like in night 11 o'clock, even as well as USA have, like they have so many time zone, as well as not one or two, like in India we have one time zone. So that is another. So what we can do, we can divide our calls in some time slot, rather than going every day or every hour. And we can use some software like Jira. It's like the Jira is one call, one software which is for tracking, and they can track. So even I'm sleeping, I can raise my ticket, or I can tell, okay, I have found this bug, and just put on Jira. So we can use some this kind of automation tool, as well as some online tools to communicate each other, as well as we have to manage some weekly call, as well according to everyone time. So that is another way how we can cooperate when we are working in different time zone.
That was very wonderfully explained, sir. So, sir, my next question is to you is how do you integrate test automation into projects like without compromising or manual testing quality?
Okay, so see here, I can tell you very simple. When we talk, see first, when we are talking about this, first we should know what is the challenges, and then we can tell how to adopt that thing. Okay, so here is the 5 way. I can tell first challenge is manual testing was very slow. So what is my adoption way? How do I do it? Okay, so simple. I learned test automation like some tool like these days one tool called Selenium. Selenium is like one automation tool. So rather than manual testing, I can use that tool. Another thing, which is the automation. Okay. Another thing, like feature change work frequently. So what changes are coming? It was like challenge. It is very challenge. The things will change very frequently. So what is the solution for that? Then I start using agile testing method. That is another solution what I have. Then no time for test document. This is another challenge when you are doing automation, or things are very tidy and you have deadline. So you don't have, because test is one of also very important part. If you are not creating document, you cannot keep the track every change and what happened, when happened, how happened. So in that scenario, we have to use some way. So what is the solution for this? Switch to lightweight test planning, rather than using very very big log document like Jira is one of the very bug tool. It's it track the whole thing, and what changing it will automatically record itself. And simple release work continue, that is another challenge. Even software is in market, but still some new patches or new new updates are coming. So what is the solution that for that? So like I will use some way, one pipeline we used to call it like CI/CD pipeline. So we will use like CI/CD pipeline. That is another solution. And the last, which is one of the another big hurdle or trouble, you can say, in testing, which is like need better than sync. All teams should be sync at the same time. It is not like oh, you have done, later I will do. So things should be synced same time. So what is the best way to get resolve this solution, this problem? So for this, we will use something like attend daily stand-up calls, even 5 minutes, even 10 minutes, rather than 1 hour, 2 hour. So this is another. And we will do like some sprint planning meetings. So that is the way how we can adopt from we can resolve our this challenge and adopt ourselves in testing.
Okay, so that was wonderful. So, sir, my next question to you is, what core
Hmm.
skills do you look for in interns or junior QA test engineers at Advik Solutions?
Okay, see, if someone, most of the time when we need some new tester, okay, so when I have to hire, some intern, or you can say junior team member in my, so first thing, I don't expect them to, know everything. I don't care, what they know, how much they know, I don't care about that. So, but I look for, there are 5 core value or 5 core skill which really I pay attention before I hire anyone for my team. Like, even they are slow, I don't care, just like I said. So what are that 5 core value where I pay attention? The first,
Yes.
really, are they curious? If they are not curious, they cannot learn anything, or they cannot find any, because curiosity is the, how to say, necessity is the, mother of all invention, right? So curiosity is the one another way how you can to know anything, new things coming. So like, want to know why and what. If someone is good, if they are aware about W family, W family, when, what, how, if they are, if they have this basic concept clear, I will tell, okay, you can come. Another thing I can teach myself, that is not problem. Or we have document, you can go, and we have library, or we have a lot of, team, you can go and just, put yourself. And second, basic testing knowledge. I really want, at least they have basic testing knowledge, like what is the testing, and how many types of testing, what testing, what will bring out. This is the second point I want to see in new. And third, like communication skill, that is one of the most important. Even sometimes developer does not to communicate, even their team lead and team project manager can communicate with other. But if you find any bug and you are not able to explain other, so how you can become a good, even you are good tester. So communication skill is very, in another part, very important. The 4, which I, attention to detail. It's not like, oh, I find this bug, that's okay, no, but you should know why this bug is coming. If you are not able to find the bug, if you are not able to understand the bug, even just you are showing the bug, so it means you don't know what is the reason for this bug. So another thing, attention to detail, like notice a small issue, like other may miss, like a tiny spelling mistake, or loading simple delay, like these things should delay, like this thing should be load like 105 seconds, but it is taking 8 seconds. Why it is taking? So you should aware about that. So you should know very, very tiny details. And the 5, willingness to learn. That is the most important point. Like excited to try new tools, ask question. If you don't ask, you don't know. So one tester should have these 5 things. Number 1, curiosity. Number 2, basic testing knowledge. Number 3, communication skill. Number 4, like attention to details. Number 5, willingness to learn. These are the 5 things these are the core thing I like, and I don't think so I like. Most of teams, they want to know, if they this quality, any new learner or new, how to say, intern have, really they can not only become a good tester, in even they go anywhere. As I mentioned, if you know W family, you know all answers. Simple.
So, sir, related to this question only, my next question to you is how can a student with no QA experience demonstrate potential and get a chance to work with your team? Like, if I talk about myself, I'm also not from this sector. So, how can we get a chance to work with your teams?
But simple. If you have saw a lot of James Bond movie, that is the first thing. Okay, you are good with detective or not. Okay, my mean,
Okay, sir.
you should find the reason. Okay, and second, if you have good communication, and you have to work on basic testing knowledge. If you can improve in these 3 areas, so other things you can learn later on, that is not problem. So what are the other things? Like attention to detail, and willingness to learn. But first, if you have these 3 qualities, then you can join interesting team, even any field. I don't think so it's applied for just testing.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.